Hello, my name is Randy Dobson. I'm an instructor here in the Houston, Texas area, and this video will be covering the circle command in Autocad 2018. And this one, although it seems to be one of the easier ones, this is the one that causes the most mistakes for students or for my students. When you come up here to the circle command, the first two seem fairly easy. You either create a circle inputting a radius or a diameter. And the biggest problem with that is many assignments they go between radius and diameter, and students are not paying attention to the detail, and they'll see a radius and they'll keep doing radius throughout, and it'll make circles either too large or too small. So you have to pay attention with that. Uh, the first two fairly easy. I'm going to start here, and it's asking specify center point. So I'm just going to pick out here somewhere, and then it's asking for a radius, and I'm going to type in 20. Oop, that one's kind of big. Let me start another one here. We'll do a radius of 5. That one's a little bit easier to work with. Okay, so if I come over here to show you, this radius is 5. Okay, now if I go to circle diameter and I type in 5 thinking I'm still working in the same units, well, those aren't the same, as you can see. And I will just give that a diameter here. And also, FYI, if you don't know, this little circle with a line through it means diameter. But as you can see, this is a radius of 5 and this is a diameter of 5. Trust me when I say that's where a lot of you will be making mistakes, but that's okay. I want you to just pay attention to when you're drawing, that you just don't assume anything. I won't break down what assume does. Now the other two, the following two, these are if you don't have a specific radius or a specific diameter, you just want to make a circle between 2 or 3 points. We'll just go with 2 points. I'm just going to pick the end of this point and the end of this point, and there I've created a circle that is touching both of those points. That's all that it does. It doesn't have any set number. I didn't have to input any number. Same thing with the 3 point. I could say that I want to have a circle go through this point, go through this point, and go through, let's just do this one here. So again, it went through 1, 2, 3 points, and then this one went through 2 points, the end of this line and into that line. Okay, so those are pretty straightforward. Those are for if you've got the lines defined, but you need to show the circles. Now the next two will be the hardest ones to understand because it deals with tangent. And I forgot to draw that up here. I want to draw something here real quick for you. Let's see how well I can get this done. And tangent means, and I want to draw a line from where that arc hits that. What for a line to be tangent to an arc, this has to be 90 degrees. Right here. That has to be 90 degrees. And then also on the next, it has to be 90 degrees here. Okay, well, I'll just take the circle out. That's what has to happen. Now, when you hear about tangent, really tangent is these lines right here. If you've ever heard anybody saying, oh, they were talking in a conversation and they went off on a tangent, what that means is, if you can imagine you're sitting here's your tangent line, and you're talking about the Texans and how bad the Texans did, and then all of a sudden you start talking about the Astros winning the World Series and the World Champions. See, they went off on a tangent. Whereas if they just talked about Texans, it went all the way around the curve. So that's where the term comes, going off on a tangent. This is that tangent line. That's what it's called. So with that said, on the circle, it gives you to where you can select two objects to be tangent to and then enter a radius. So I'm going to pick that, and the first thing it says is specify a point for your first tangent, and I'm going to hit this circle, and then it wants another, and I'm going to hit this circle, and I'm going to type in 2. So what it's done is it's made a circle that is tangent to this circle and tangent to this circle. And again, I would highly recommend that you look into tangency so you understand it. When you get into the engineering world, you're going to need to know it. But just so you see what's tangent, what that means is where they touch is on a line between their center points. So that's how those are tangent. Okay. Now, let's go with us just tangent, tangent, tangent for these three lines here, here, and here. Now, just to show you, I'm going to take a line from where these intersect to there, to the center, to perpendicular to there, and I'm going to go there to there. So what I'm trying to say is where this curve touches this line, that has to be 90 degrees for it to be tangent. Once again, let me just kind of throw these on here if it'll work for me. Let's try that one more time. Well, it doesn't. There we go. Angle there, there. See, that's 90. There, there, that's 90, and there to there is 90. Okay. This is about the most difficult math you're going to have to deal with. You don't have to know equations or anything, but you need to understand shapes and understand a little bit of geometry. I mean, if you take a line like this, and you know that this angle here is 51, do you know what this angle is? Well, if you understand basic geometry, you know that is going to be 129. Because this is a straight line, this whole thing has to be 180. So if that's 51 for 180 is 129, this over here is 129, this over here is 51. These are the simple things that geometric shapes you need to understand how that all kind of works, because you go to work at a company, they may not give you all the information, assuming that they say give me this dimension or this angle. Let me erase this. They're going to say, well, he must or she must know that that's 129 because that's supposed to equal 180. So understanding how tangent works, like this over here, is a very important thing. There's a lot that goes into this which you don't need to know to deal with AutoCAD, but understanding this part is very, very important. And again, you're not going to learn tangency overnight, but just remember, the 90 degrees. And also when it comes to dealing with radiuses and diameters, we know that the diameter is twice the radius. We know that the radius is half the diameter. If I come over here and label these, if I label this as diameter, it's going to come up as 10. And the same thing, if I come over here and label this the radius, is 2.5, it's half. Now, you see me grabbing a lot of these dimensions and stuff, and I don't want you to be concerned with that. There are specific videos on dimensioning. I'm just showing them so you understand what I'm pointing to, just for visual effect. You will learn dimensioning in other parts and drawing the lines and other things. So that concludes the circle video, but understand that this one can cause a lot of problems. Just remember that the tangency, and understand that this means diameter, and of course R means radius. Thank you.